Welcome to the haunting realm of Tirisfal Glades, dear wanderer, where shadows dance and secrets lie shrouded in the mists of time. As the protector of Tirisfal's lore, I stand ready to accompany you through this mysterious land, where decrepit ruins and eerie graveyards bear witness to a past steeped in sorrow and darkness. Join me on this expedition, and let us unravel the stirring history that lingers in the whispers of the Forsaken and the crumbling towers of Lordaeron. In the time of long-forgotten echoes, before the Forsaken claimed Tirisfal Glades and humanity walked the earth, this land thrived in a state of untamed splendor. It was once guarded by the titanic watcher, Loken, but corruption seeped into his heart, threatening to plunge the glades into darkness. In a daring act of bravery, the valiant Titan-forged keeper, Tyr, and his allies were determined to uncover the depths of Loken's treachery. Yet Loken was not one to let his secrets be exposed. He sent horrific monsters to hunt down Tyr and his companions, leading to an epic showdown between the mighty Tyr and the fearsome generals of Loken. Tyr sacrificed himself in a cataclysmic explosion to save his companions, and arcane and shadow magic tore itself through the glades. To honor their fallen hero, the Vrykul, a fearsome race of half-giant warriors, named the glade Tyr's Fall, now known as Tirisfal. There they buried Tyr and his foe side by side, and atop his final resting place, they placed Tyr's massive silver hand as a memorial to his noble sacrifice. As the ages passed, Tirisfal Glades became a place of legend and mystery, where tales of Vrykul and humans intertwined. It was here that humanity first emerged, their origins tied to the ancient Vrykul clans. The land witnessed the rise and fall of kingdoms, including the splintering of Arathor and the founding of Lordaeron. Shadows and dangers persisted, and in the Second War the formidable horde led by Orgrim Doomhammer descended upon Tirisfal Glades to besiege Lordaeron's capital city, leaving untold destruction in their wake. During the Third War, in the age of King Terenas Menethil, Tirisfal thrived as a peaceful and prosperous land, its people living in harmony for generations. It seemed like fate had a hand in it, and darkness found its way back as Arthas Menethil's armies, under the sway of the Lich King, swept through Lordaeron, leaving death and despair in their wake. Tirisfal was one of the first lands to fall and suffered greatly. Its people turned into undead slaves to serve the Lich King. Today, Tirisfal Glades is home to the Forsaken, undead beings raised by the Scourge and set free of the Lich King's will. The land holds a unique allure for adventurers venturing into the vast world of Azeroth. Its eerie landscapes, veiled in a shroud of dark history, beckon those seeking to challenge the unknown. From the haunted ruins to the chilling whispers that echo through the air, Tirisfal Glades offers an immersive and captivating experience. So come, embrace the thrill of exploration, unravel the enigmas that lie dormant, and embark on an unforgettable journey into the heart of the foreboding nature of this realm. This ghostly land serves as the unofficial kingdom of the Forsaken, bound to the will of their banshee queen, Sylvanas Windrunner. As the Forsaken roam the wooded hills, the land itself bears the curse of the Lich King's plague, casting an eternal gloom upon the once vibrant landscape. The very skies seem tainted, suffused with a blighted green hue, and the flora, though withering, tenaciously clings to life against all odds. Enveloped in the captivating geography, the wooded hills silently bear witness to the malevolence of the Lich King's curse, seeping into the very soil. In the west, the land rises majestically, the backbone of Tirisfal, with towering mountains encircling the concealed Deathknell. Much of Tirisfal Glades is cloaked in somber forests, where gloom hangs heavily in the air. This region is embraced by the Great Sea to the north. Adjacent to this foreboding glade lies the shadowed Silverpine Forest to the south, and to the east, separated only by treacherous lands, lies the Western Plaguelands, accessible solely by foot, where the legacy of darkness continues its unsettling development. Yet, amidst the melancholy, Tirisfal Glades exudes a haunting beauty entirely its own. Serene lakes dot the eastern reaches, and the mystical Brightwater Lake stands among them, mirroring the stirring allure of this cursed land. The terrain, molded by rolling hills, guides travelers from the forlorn village of Brill to the awe-inspiring Scarlet Monastery. But one must tread cautiously, for the zealous Scarlet Crusade fiercely guards these sacred grounds, posing a perilous threat to the unprepared explorer. In the chilling expanse of Tirisfal Glades, a tale of sorrow and resilience unfolds, and the land remains bound to the echoes of its past. The Forsaken, guided by their queen, Sylvanas Windrunner, navigate the rugged hills and cursed forests, forging their destiny in the wake of the eternal sorrow of the land. Yet, within this twilight realm, a haunting allure beckons, an untold story waiting to be unraveled. Covered in shadows among the haunted wilderness lies Deathknell, an eerie village shrouded in the macabre aura of the Forsaken. Here, the newly awakened undead take their first faltering steps into their new existence amidst the terrifying embrace of their undead brethren, their past lives forever lost to the relentless grasp of the Scourge. The valley surrounding Deathknell is besieged by the Scourge, mindless abominations lurking in the darkness, haunting the Forsaken with their relentless presence. The once flourishing northern part of the village, now tainted by death and decay, has fallen into the icy grip of these malevolent beings. Despite their limited resources and the ever-present threats, the Forsaken make their defiant stand near the Forsaken Church, sending out assault parties to reclaim their territory and seek precious equipment amidst the abandoned town. But in the unnatural silence, a new menace stirs. An undead by the name of Marcus Redpath has risen, uniting the lost souls in the Rotbrain encampment, plotting a dark and sinister attack on Deathknell. The Forsaken adventurers must now face not only the Scourge but also their own kind. Cursed souls who refuse to embrace their new fate, driven by a deep hatred of the unlife they have become. Amidst the eternal dance of shadows, Darnell, a Forsaken warrior, emerges as a beacon of reluctant hope for the Forsaken souls. Though his aid is veiled in silence, he becomes a symbol of valor and resistance as he orchestrates the demise of the recalcitrant undead. With the Forsaken sun setting on the horizon, unliving adventurers march forth to confront the encroaching darkness. In a tempest of bone and steel, they strike upon the Rotbrain encampment, shattering the malevolent intentions of those who dared to conspire against their own kind. In the aftermath of the disturbing conflict, Darnell's valor is recognized, and the once ordinary warrior is elevated to the esteemed rank of a Death Guard. He stands as a sentry of Deathknell, his ambivalent soul now tethered to the Forsaken cause. With the echoes of a battle fading, the Rotbrain encampment lies in ruins, a testament to the relentless will of the Forsaken. As the cold atmosphere of Deathknell recedes, a sinister path unfolds, leading the Forsaken souls towards the ominous farmstead of Solliden. Standing strong, untouched by the plague of undeath, Farmer Solliden watches over his people. The native farmfolk have formed an alliance with the devoted Scarlet Crusade for protection against the Forsaken and the Scourge. Surviving on their bountiful pumpkins and occasional uninfected meat, they fiercely defend their land from all, even attacking fellow humans and innocent travelers due to their years of living in fear and paranoia near the undead threat. Past the Solliden farmstead lies the Whispering Shore, a place shrouded in mystery and danger. At one point in time, these very shores were a beloved destination for local inhabitants seeking respite through fishing and relaxation. The waters off the coast have turned cold and dark, devoid of the bountiful fish life it once offered. Beyond the shore, the azure waters of the Great Sea stretch out, creating a sense of vastness and uncertainty. Hostile murlocs dwell along these northern shores. At the heart of this malevolence stands the fierce Murloc Muad, the leader of the invading Murloc clan. Beware, for Muad and his minions lurk in the shallow waters, ever watchful for unsuspecting travelers. Following the road north, the shape of Agamand Mills looms in the distance, where the echoes of tragedy permeate the air. Long ago, A vast windmill network resided in the northern parts of Tirisfal Glades. This land, previously under the control of the Agamand family, has now fallen into the clutches of the Scourge. When the undead descended upon Lordaeron, the Agamands valiantly sought to defend their home, but alas, their efforts proved futile, and they met a grim fate at the hands of their unliving enemies. Now, their once thriving residence is a desolate outpost for the Scourge, teeming with vengeful spirits and restless corpses of the original inhabitants, bound to serve the malevolent will of Captain Dargol. In a somber tale of the past, Devlin, the youngest son of the Agamand family, struck a sinister bargain with the Scourge. The specifics of this dark pact remain veiled in the shadows of history, but its outcome was treacherous and deceitful. As part of the unholy agreement, Devlin turned against his own, callously slaying 2 of the mill's guardsmen. This nefarious act paved the way for the Scourge to infiltrate the farm grounds. The merciless invaders spared no one, slaughtering the innocent workers and the entire Agamand family alike. Bound by the chains of undeath, their restless souls now haunt the desolate mills, forever trapped in a realm of eternal torment. Some brave souls, however, manage to break free from the grasp of the Scourge, becoming the Forsaken, who now seek to put an end to the undead family that still roams the cursed mills. Among them is Coleman Farthing, a former farmer of Agamand Mills, who harbors a deep grudge against the Agamands and seeks vengeance for his untimely demise. The epicenter of this grim tale lies within the Agamand family crypt, just north of the mills. Here, Captain Dargol has taken residence, awakening the dead ancestors of the Agamand family to wield them as his own weapons against the Forsaken and all who dare enter this haunted domain uninvited. In a call for retribution, Coleman Farthing asks valiant souls to heed the summons of justice. As daring adventurers, a formidable task awaits you, to journey forth and confront the dark forces that hold their grip on the Agamand Mills and the haunting crypt. The destiny of these lands now lies in your hands, and the story is yours to shape through your bravery and cunning. From the forsaken territory of Agamand Mills, we journey onward to the large farmstead of Garren's haunt, where vengeful spirits roam in restless agony. In a time long past, Garren and his beloved family toiled on these fertile fields, their hard work nurturing bountiful crops. Ultimately, the shadows of darkness cast by the Scourge soon descended upon them. In an act of brutality, the Scourge claimed their lives, turning this vibrant home into a haunting reminder of the horrors of the plague. Now the farmstead is infested with the bloodthirsty rot-hide gnolls, led by the menacing Maggot Eye. These vile creatures, driven by insatiable hunger, prowl the barren lands of Garren's haunt, attacking any who dare draw near. Leaving the haunting ambience of Garren's haunt behind, our dangerous journey takes us to Brill, a town steeped in darkness and intrigue. Engulfed in shadows, this forsaken enclave acts as a cruel testament to the malevolent machinations of the past. Once a humble human town within the kingdom of Lordaeron, Brill succumbed early to the wretched plague of undeath, setting the stage for the rise of darkness that would consume the northern lands. Kel'Thuzad, the nefarious necromancer, sowed the seeds of darkness within Brill's very soil, unleashing the plague that heralded the kingdom's doom. The success of his unholy experiment paved the way for the Lich King's relentless invasion, shattering the realm of the living. Now, within the tattered ruins of Brill, the Forsaken find an unholy sanctuary, a place to continue their grim war against the Scarlet Crusade and the unrelenting Scourge. A nightmarish graveyard looms just beyond Brill's limits. Untold souls met their end here during the plague's constant onslaught during the Third War. The defenders of Brill fought valiantly, but were ultimately overwhelmed, leaving the town under the sway of darkness. Recently, the rot-hide gnolls, driven by a dark intent, desecrate the countless graves, seeking to bolster the armies of the undead Scourge with the corpses of the fallen souls. Brave Forsaken adventurers must confront these intruders, fulfilling the command of Magistrate Severin to eradicate the gnolls from these unholy grounds. Simultaneously, the town of Brill is calling to all brave adventurers to aid in the execution of the notorious villain Maggot Eye in Garren's haunt, the gnoll whose crimes against the Forsaken have earned him a death sentence. Executor Zegand, a formidable leader in Brill, stands as the one who has proclaimed the reward for Maggot Eye's execution. Only the most daring of Forsaken can show him the gnoll's paw as proof of their success, and shall be granted the reward they have earned. Not far south of Brill, we set our sights on the foreboding ruins of Lordaeron. These ruins are a stark contrast to the great capital city of the Kingdom of Lordaeron that once housed the royal family of Terenas Menethil. The area bears the grim memories of the final tragic events that led to the fall of King Terenas and the city's destruction. The ruined palace still stands, a poignant symbol of the city's former glory. Underneath the ruins lies the Undercity, a grim and haunting place, and the capital city of the Forsaken undead. Concealed beneath the ruins of the former might of Lordaeron, death sprawls beneath the surface. Originally intended to be the seat of the Scourge's power by Prince Arthas, the city was left unfinished when he was called away to Northrend. In his absence, the cunning Dark Lady, Sylvanas Windrunner, led the rebel Forsaken to claim the Undercity for their own. The history of the Undercity is shrouded in darkness and betrayal. Sylvanas, having broken free from the Lich King's control, led her followers in a fierce battle against the Dreadlords who formerly ruled the city. Eventually, they claimed the Undercity as their new home and now hold dominion over the surrounding lands. Since then, the Forsaken have worked tirelessly to complete the construction of the Undercity, delving deep into the catacombs, tombs, and dungeons initiated by Arthas. The city is a fortified bastion of evil, protected by twisted abominations, undead creatures composed of multiple dead limbs and body parts from different corpses sewn together. Departing the depths of the Undercity, we arrive at the Balnir Farmstead, a once illustrious place renowned for breeding the majestic white horses of Lordaeron, destined to serve the royal kingdom of Menethil as prized mounts. Under the care of Joram Balnir and his wife Vara, this pastoral farmstead prospered, fostering not only horses but also cultivating the beauty of snapdragon flowers. Among its visitors was the young Prince Arthas Menethil, who often sought refuge here, bonding with Joram's son, Jarim. It was here that Arthas witnessed the miraculous birth of the legendary colt, Invincible, destined to become the prince's unwavering companion and mount. Little did they know that fate would lead them on an unforeseen path of tragedy and darkness. As time passed, Arthas and Invincible explored the hills near the farmstead, forging a strong bond. In the throes of grief, Invincible met a fatal accident, leading Arthas to bury him at the farm as a lasting tribute to his beloved steed. Nonetheless, the twisted fate of the prince would not grant Invincible peace in death, as Arthas, consumed by darkness, resurrected the horse to serve him as an undead creature during the harrowing Third War. Presently, the Balnir Farmstead is a place reminiscent of the ravages of time and the relentless onslaught of the Scourge. Its previously vibrant fields and stables now lie in ruins, inhabited only by mindless undead. As we journey forth, dear explorers, we approach the imposing Scarlet Monastery, where fanatical zealots guard their twisted convictions. Throughout the former lands of Lordaeron, the Scarlet Crusade maintains several fortified bastions, each serving as a stronghold against the undead menace. The most notable among these is the Scarlet Monastery, once a revered bastion of learning and enlightenment under the care of the Church of the Holy Light. Its fate was forever changed during the Third War. Now, the monastery stands under the control of the fanatical Scarlet Crusade, a zealous faction intolerant of all non-human races, viewing them as carriers of the dreaded undead plague. The Scarlet Crusade were formerly an honorable order, known as the Knights of the Silver Hand, but ultimately transformed into a fanatical religious sect with a single-minded goal: the complete eradication of the undead from the blighted lands of Lordaeron. Their pursuit has made them a major adversary of the Forsaken and the Scourge, but their methods have also led to corruption and extremism, causing their name to be synonymous with horror and fear. As daring adventurers venture into the monastery's intimidating walls, they must confront the imposing Scarlet Commander Mograine, commanding a devoted garrison of warriors fiercely loyal to their cause. However, the true power behind the Scarlet Monastery's reign lies with High Inquisitor Whitemane, a formidable priestess capable of resurrecting fallen warriors to serve her unholy purpose. After the fall of the Lich King, the Scarlet Crusade faced a decline, losing their holdings to the recovering plague lands and suffering the irony of some of their members succumbing to undeath as the Risen. Despite their waning influence, the remnants of the Scarlet Crusade still pose a threat to those who seek to bring peace and order back to the ravaged lands of Lordaeron. In the face of such devoted opposition, the question remains: can the brave adventurers stand against the Scarlet Crusade's fervor and bring an end to their reign of terror? Or will the Crusade's fanatical devotion prove too overwhelming to overcome? The fate of Lordaeron hangs in the balance as the daring explorers navigate through the shadows of extremism and darkness. Leaving the solemn halls of Scarlet Monastery, we must tread carefully and be wary of the deadly threats that lurk ahead. Just south of the Scarlet Monastery lies the treacherous Venomweb Vale. This formerly peaceful haven teeming with wildlife and vibrant greenery has now fallen under a different curse, transforming it into a place of corruption and danger. Once a paradise for hunting deer and rabbits, the land now harbors peril at every turn. Brave explorers that wish to journey into Venomweb Vale have to prepare themselves and face the horrors that hide in the shadows. For within these tainted lands, venomous and deadly spiders sneak, weaving their webs of malevolence. Led by the sinister Sri Skulk, these arachnids have taken over the valley, giving it the name it bears today. Venturing forth from the tainted vale, our path leads us to the formidable Bulwark, a bastion of defense against the relentless Scourge. This dreadful structure holds back the relentless forces of the Scourge to the east, situated on the border of Tirisfal Glades and the western Plaguelands. The bulwark is composed of stacked debris, forming a modest barricade along the border between Tirisfal Glades and the neighboring lands. Here, the Forsaken and the vigilant members of the Argent Dawn have joined forces, forming an unyielding alliance to safeguard these lands from wandering zombies and ghouls. And thus, brave explorers and seekers of knowledge, our time amid the ominous landscapes of Tirisfal Glades draws to a close. We have braved the chilling mists, glimpsed the echoes of a dark history, and unveiled the secrets buried beneath its somber surface. As the lawkeeper of Tirisfal Glades, it has been my honor to guide you through this sorrowful land. As we say our goodbyes to this haunting realm, daring adventurers and explorers, I wish you a fond farewell. Carry with you the memories of this foreboding land's haunting majesty, its mysteries forever ingrained in your mind. And should fate lead you back to Tirisfal Glades, may its haunting allure and the events of ages past guide your path once more.